All right. Okay. Yes, thank you for coming. And I especially want to express some thanks to Katrine, for making this space possible. It was her vision, about coming together and having these meetings that's made this possible. And also Andres is hidden in the other room right now, working on getting the online connection on Zoom to work. So I think this is, an idea you've had and a vision you all have had for a while, that there would be a chance to do this for more meetings in the future. And so this space, can be a regular meeting space for activities like this. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you.
Yeah. Okay. So we're calling these gatherings Divine Earth Work, and maybe I just say a few words about what the intent was, and how we've come to this. I think the original motivation was to say that so many of us wanted to be able to do earth work, and Ulla and I have spent years going to countries around the world doing earth work, and felt like, no, how about we do it locally? This is, the change of perspective. And to me, it was about, doing it locally because community is so important. But also not being tied to doing the earthwork at places that were ancient sites, that had old energies. And I thought, to do earthwork in a way that's, more aligned with creating something new. So that was part of it. And so for me personally, at least, part of what I hope, comes through this work is a feeling of approaching the earth as a sacred being, approaching the earth, as a sacred being of light, and understanding the earth, in a way that acknowledges that it's multidimensional, that acknowledges that it's sacred in every level. And maybe acknowledging the earth as sacred is something that ancient people were able to do in a way that our culture doesn't provide. But to treat the earth as sacred, and to do this work in alignment with that. So I think those were the motivations for doing this. Also, I think that, we want to acknowledge the importance of community and bringing community together, because we know that when we're working together in community, there are things that we can do and things that we can accomplish that are maybe different from what we do with our work individually. Most of you have been through some, individual healing training. So this is, branches out from that to do group work. And, so, I think that, the idea is then that we do work that is basically energy alchemy, with the earth. In that sense, maybe this is, you could relate this to shamanic practices, but to try to do this without doing it as a reference to ancient shamanic traditions, to be able to create something which is a new tradition. So all of this then helps us in supporting the earth and supporting ourselves and making the transition to the new era, to the new earth, what we call the new earth, and to do the work that we do, anchoring energy into the earth in a way that opens up opens up the doorway to that higher dimensional world that we understand that we're evolving to. And so I think maybe one of the other original ideas was, rather than treating the coming of the new earth as something which is far off and who knows when this is going to happen, we bring it in now, that we make that connection now, that when we make that connection and we create that energy, then we're helping the Earth's transition, we're helping our own transition, we're helping humanity's transition by opening up that space now. And then that energy of the new era, the energy which is linked to the fifth dimensional Earth, that energy becomes something that starts the process or helps aid the process of the Earth's transition. So we do this work for the Earth's transition, of course, too. Yeah. I think that's a good summary of what got us started on all of this. Okay. So I guess I want to say to the people who are watching online that I think you can hear me now, but because of the echo of the audio, we've cut off your voices until we get to the end. But when we get to the end or we take a break, maybe we turn on the audio of the people who are here remotely. So if they have something they want to say or something they want to ask, they can do that. Yeah. Yes. Okay. Let's do some work then. Okay. So I've laid out this ceremonial cloth. And, just to mention that the background of the cloth, this is a cloth I bought in Peru. And it's essentially in the tradition of cloths that are made to hold a newborn child. That's what this is. So, and I brought some copies of the diagram of our energies. And we have more diagram pictures here somewhere. Yep. One for Lotte here. Yeah, I'll refer to this in a little bit here. So that's, I guess for me, that's a reference to traditions I've come through. And also, I'm going to ask, like we did before, that you hold a stone during our session, and that stone will be used later to help build an altar of stones in the center. So if anyone would like to have a stone to hold on to, all we need is for you to hold this somewhere in your auric field, wherever that would be. Have a stone. Just pick one if you like. Anyone else on a stone? Everybody's prepared. Yeah, look at this. Great.
Shall we take away those chairs?
Well, I guess we can. Yeah. They're okay. I think this is our remote people. They're sitting here, right? Yeah. So we have their space there. Okay. So maybe it's worth saying something about the diagram again. One of the things we're going to do is we're going to use earth energies for our cleansing and purification. And this is cleansing and purification in alignment with the earth. A little bit different than what happens, with when we're doing this in relation to the high dimensions. And so I'm going to guide us through this using these four energies that are described as part of the energies understood by ancient people. So I guess I rather like ancient people's ideas. They had this idea that the fundamental energies of the earth were energies of transformation. They saw the world that they lived in, and the way that they understood it was that everything was changing. And so rather than thinking about energies that held something so much, it was energies that transformed. Everything was transformation. And each of these was also associated with some symbols that were very often drawn on objects. They would scratch these symbols. And it's only recently that anyone has come to understand what all these scratches meant. But there seems to have been an almost universal language that started off with just, some symbols that were scratched like this. So I have 4 of these here, and 4 energies that were part of the collection of energies that ancient people made reference to. So one energy is to break and shatter, which is the transformation of things to break apart. One is the energy of to flow and blend, which is the energy of flow, flow, overcoming form, the energy and flow. Another is the energy to blossom and grow. And that's the energy by which new things grow and sprout, by which the earth creates new possibilities. And then the last of these energies then is to center and make whole, that this diversity comes together in something which is whole. So the ancient perspective here is that these are fundamental to the earth. Maybe some of this is on other planets, but this is our earth. Our earth is dominated by these 4 kinds of transition. And that then to cleanse and purify ourselves in a way that's in alignment with the earth, we use these 4 energies. And we use these 4 energies in a kind of magical, connection to the earth, that we become the earth. And we manifest these energies in our lives so that we can live in clear alignment with the earth, with the actual energies of the earth. Okay, so.
I feel an urge to show digital.
Yeah. Aha.
Can they see this?
I don't know. But it was mailed out.
It was mailed out.
Yeah, so they have it. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So if we sit, and then if you would sit comfortably, relax your mind, close your eyes, and turn off all perception of the outer world. All perception of the outer world is not relevant to us. And as you turn off all perception of the outer world, visualize that it slows down, that everything slows down, slower and slower. Visualize that everything becomes slower and slower until it finds a way to come to a complete stop. And now visualize yourself in stillness, in the complete stillness. And if there's anything from your outer world that's trying to enter the stillness, tell it to wait. Send it away. Embrace the stillness in its purity. And it's in this place now, centered in our own stillness, that we ask for the permission of the guardians and keepers of this land to do the sacred work. And it's important that we each individually make this request to say, To the guardians and keepers of this land, we request permission to do the sacred work. We request permission to do the sacred work. In this way, we acknowledge that we are not alone, that there are other spirits and other beings who are part of this land, part of this land's history. We acknowledge them. And those who have looked over this land and guarded this land, we ask their permission now to do the sacred work. So now if you would visualize, please, that you're surrounded by a sphere of energy, that around your auric field is a sphere of earth energy, rich, complex earth energy, surrounding you and holding you, creating the space around you. We surround ourselves in earth energy as we seek to come into alignment with living on the earth. And visualize now that with the assistance of the earth, that we ask for a field of the most beautiful, divine, crystalline, sacred geometry to be placed around us and through us. The most beautiful, divine, crystalline, sacred geometry, the sacred geometry of the earth, around us and through us, around and through our physical bodies, around and through our light bodies. And in this way, we ask to bring our physical bodies and our light bodies into greater and greater alignment with the perfection of living on the earth. A field of the most beautiful, divine, crystalline, sacred geometry, helping to bring the structures of our body and the structures of our light body into alignment with the earth's geometry. And we ask at this time too for a field of oneness consciousness to be placed around us. We ask to be surrounded and held in a field of oneness consciousness. And we ask for assistance then to be able to see the world in oneness, to learn to think in oneness, and to learn to walk the earth in oneness. And visualize here now that the earth is a body of pure energy. Our earth is pure energy, pure multidimensional energy. And imagine too that you yourself are pure energy. And as pure energy, allow yourself to sink into the earth. Imagine that you're drifting down like a leaf falling from a tree, falling into the center of the earth, coming down into the earth until you find yourself arriving at the center of the earth, the vortex of the earth, that space of intense light, of beautiful light in the center of the earth. And visualize that you're surrounded by that energy. Surrounded by that energy. And take it into yourself. Allow yourself to feel it. Explore it. What energy the earth brings to you, surrounds you, penetrates you. To let yourself merge your energy with the energy of the earth. To be part of the energy in the heart of the earth. And I would ask now that we each speak out loud and say, I am one with the earth, and the earth is one with me. Speak for yourself and say, I am one with the earth, and the earth is one with me. I am one with the earth, and the earth is one with me. I am one with the earth, and the earth is one with me. And into this space now, we invite in the presence of those masters of earth consciousness from all species across the earth. We ask for the presence of the consciousness of all of those who live in the most beneficial alignment with the earth. And we ask for those beings who are part of the world of the two-legged. And we ask for those beings who are part of the world of the four-legged. The four-legged creatures who've learned to live in alignment with the earth. And we ask for the presence of all those beings who fly in the sky and hold that alignment with the earth. We ask for those beings of consciousness who swim in the waters and live in alignment with the earth. And we ask for the presence of all those beings in consciousness. They're from the microbial world or the world of insects who are in alignment, the most perfect alignment with living on the earth. Because we are not alone. We are not alone. So we turn now to the four essential energies, part of an alchemy of energy to move us into the most beneficial connection to the earth. And we do this in alignment with the wisdom of our ancient ancestors. We do this to bring ourselves now in alignment with the earth's four fundamental energies, to use these energies to cleanse and purify ourselves. And in this way, we ask for balance in our lives. And we ask to be complete as human beings who embody all of these great energies of the earth. And the first energy we call to break and shatter. The earth is a place of constant change and evolution. And that which most resists is that which must crack and break. That which is rigid eventually always yields to change and transformation. This is the energy by which the earth is constantly evolving and never stuck. Even mountains, continents, valleys change and transform. This is the earth's power to break up old structures and to fashion the new. And we ask for this energy to be in magical connection to us so that we can manifest this energy true in our lives. I ask you to visualize now. Visualize that you're on the earth, standing in the middle of a vast desert. You're in the middle of a vast desert where everything is breaking apart. Everything is being transformed. Everything is being reduced down to smaller parts. And as you stand in the middle of that desert, feel that energy that the earth uses to break down the structures of what used to be. To break down the structures that hold things back. And as you stand there in the desert, feel that energy. Feel that energy that you can draw it into yourself. That this becomes part of your repertoire. This becomes part of what and who you are. And feel inside of yourself for everything that's rigid and stuck. Feel the rigidity that's part of your body, that's part of your light body. Feel for what is old and ready to pass. And imagine that this energy comes flowing through you to help you release yourself from all of those old structures. We draw this energy from the earth into ourselves. And in magical connection with the earth, we become like the earth, so that what is old and rigid can break and shatter. Feel yourself with that power. Feel the power of that energy, that you're always in change, you're always in transformation, that what is old is fading away. Imagine this energy, just like in the desert, is breaking through your boundaries of resistance. And use this energy to break up what is rigid in your life and that which you have difficulty letting go of. And visualize as you stand in the desert that you are reduced to dust, that everything in you that's solid, everything in you that's rigid, everything that holds you back simply turns to dust. And visualize now that there's a wind that blows, and that wind picks up the dust that is the remnant of you. The wind picks up that dust and carries it into the air, carries it up into the air. And so you are just a cloud of particles who've been released into your core elements, broken down into your essential pieces, like dust floating in the wind. And we call the second energy the energy to flow and mix. All change on the earth can be seen in flow. That which is shattered and flexible becomes available to the earth's flow. And visualize that as a cloud of dust, you float out away from the desert. Visualize then that like a cloud in the sky, you come across a great body of water. You are floating in the sky above a great body of water. And those elements of what you are and who you are float down to be absorbed in the ocean, to be mixed with all the elements of life held in the waters of the ocean. And you're a part of the flow. Let yourself go to simply flow in the waters. And flow propels change. Flow has no borders. Flow is the power of energy over form. Let your energy flow. Let it flow and mix with everything that's in the ocean. Feeling yourself, how that energy helps you to move without obstacles. In your life, when you have obstacles in your life that you must overcome, you can use flow to become softer, to become that which can flow around the obstacles, to let go and flow. Absorb that energy of flow. And also witness how flow brings things together, brings new things together. In the energy of the ocean, flow brings elements together that were not together originally. Things come in combination. They become mixed. And it's in flow that new things are brought into existence. Flow can be like an invisible power moving you forward in your life. You just have to let go, recognize flow, and embrace it. In this way, let yourself be like the earth. Be like the earth and embody flow. That this is one of your core energies, something that you hold within yourself. That when you need flow, it's available for you. And in that vast space of the ocean, visualize now and feel what it's like for these elements of who you are and what you are to evaporate and become a mist in the sky. And that mist in the sky then drifts across the land of the earth. That mist in the sky becomes a cloud. And you are a cloud floating above the earth, floating above the plains and the forests. Visualize now that you've become a cloud of rain, and your essence and your energy begins to drop down on the earth as drops of rain, that you are descending on the earth as water from the sky. Your flow flows down to the earth, where you fall upon the leaves, the land, the soil. You become one with the soil and the power of the plants. And we call the third energy to blossom and grow. There is the power now that you activate to grow and blossom. That which is in the earth transforms and creates something new. When new elements are brought together, new possibilities begin to blossom and grow. We see this in every domain of life, in the many kingdoms of the earth, that plants, animals, fish, birds multiply and create new diversity. The earth is constantly giving birth to new beings, which grow and prosper. The earth is in constant reinvention of everything that is its family, everything that is its children. And this energy stimulates the growth of seeds in the earth. You can feel that energy that permeates the substance of the earth and the substance of the seeds, the very substance of what's in the plains and the forests. Something stimulates growth. And these possibilities blossom to create something beautiful. And the growth of the plants and the trees creates a home for the animals. The animals grow and develop and give birth. The kingdom of the birds, flying among the trees, living with the ground. The fabulous energy of growth and transformation. The fabulous energy of the earth. Feel within yourself the potential for that energy to blossom and grow. Feel inside of yourself for any areas that have been longing for a richer and fuller life. Everything that's inside of you that's been longing to grow. Bring that energy to blossom and grow to yourself. Fill yourself with that power. Take in that energy and absorb it. You have the energy to blossom and grow. The power to branch out in your life, to grow in new ways, to add to the diversity and the abundance of the earth and how you live your life. How you live your life in alignment with the divine earth. To be like the earth. To blossom and grow. And feel that energy all through you. The energy that manifests the plants and the animals. The energy that manifests all life on the earth. To feel that energy and know that is a part of your legacy, something for you to use and to manifest in your life. We call the fourth energy to center and make whole. So visualize now that you are a mountain. You are a mountain. The wholeness of the mountain. The oneness of a mountain. With all the diversity of its foliage, the animals, everything that comes to live on the mountain. You are the consciousness of the mountain. That consciousness which is the wholeness of all this life gathered there. You are the ecosystem. You are the consciousness of life. From the stones within your structure to the life that lives on your shores, to be a mountain of consciousness. Because everything on the earth that grows in diversity comes to wholeness. We make wholeness out of the diversity. A tree is a tree made of so many diverse elements, but the tree is one. A bird is a bird made of many diverse elements, but it's made into one. This is another core energy of the earth. To center, to bring together, to make whole, to make a whole out of the diversity of the earth. If you visualize yourself as a mountain and think about what you can embrace, embracing everything that you are, everything that lives on the slopes of the mountain. Feel the joy. Feel the joy of being centered in wholeness, being the foundation for the consciousness of so many, that you can bring all of these elements together. All of these elements together as something which makes whole in the earth. And feel inside of yourself for all those divisive parts that seem broken and separated. Everything that seems broken and seems unable to come whole. And call upon the earth, the energy of the earth, to share with you the energy to center and make whole, to give you the energy to make wholeness out of everything that you are, to become one, to be in harmony with yourself. And imagine again that you're in the vortex of the earth, in the center of the earth, which is like the womb of the earth. Imagine you're the earth's child, held in the center of the earth, held in the womb of the earth. And this womb holds you with all of the earth's energies to help make you whole, to help you grow and prosper, that you should become a child of the earth, a child of the earth, to live in harmony and alignment with the earth, and to know these four energies as part of your legacy, part of your birthright as a human being. So as you grow in the womb, think to bring each of these energies to you. Think to bring to you the energy to break and shatter for whatever needs to be broken. Know that you can bring that energy to yourself. That you can hold that energy. You can use that energy. Feel what it's like to become familiar with it. And bring to yourself then also the energy to flow and mix, to flow, that you have the fundamental energy to flow around obstacles, to flow and bring new things together. And think to bring yourself again the energy of to blossom and grow, to know that this is part of your birthright as a child of the earth, to blossom and grow, fundamental to what it is to be a human being. You have that energy that you can call upon. And bring to yourself now the energy to center and make whole. That energy that makes you whole. That makes you a unique being. That you are the child of the earth. And you are destined to walk the earth in alignment with the wisdom, the knowledge, the energies of the earth. To walk the earth in oneness. To walk the earth in oneness. To be centered in yourself and to be whole. And as that special child of the earth that is your birthright, reach out with your feelings now. Reach out with your feelings to stretch yourself out across the earth. Stretch yourself out across the entire earth to embrace everything that you can and to share with the earth your joy, to share with the earth a celebration of being a human being, a part of the earth, a child of the earth, our sacred earth that's given us the substance of our bodies, given us the substance of our energies, given us a place to live, a place to manifest our lives. We've been brought into this world to experience joy, to experience the beauty, and to bring ourselves into magical connection with the earth. So while holding that feeling of being connected with the earth, visualize now that you come back to your body, and that your body can also hold that feeling of connection to the earth. It becomes part of who you are as a physical being and as a being of spirit. To be a child of the earth. To understand our relationship with the earth. Let that be absorbed into your body. Let it be absorbed into your light body. And awake now knowing the joy of oneness with the earth. And when you're ready, let your body move and sense itself again. Move your head, and when you're ready, open your eyes. All right. Okay. So I think we take a short break. Yes, for drinks or whatever else is a physical necessity. And then we come back in a few minutes. Okay. So now is the time for our stones. So this is important now as we move into doing a group work. So I'm going to ask that we go around the circle clockwise, and each person place their stone in the center, and we'll make a pile of stones in the center. And the idea is that we've each now are carrying some of our personal energy in this stone, that we put all of our energies together in the center. So I'll start. And for everybody who's online, I suggest that you also, if you have a stone, to place that stone in some place in front of you, so that even if you're at a remote location, that stone for you represents the center of our circle, so that we're all connected, even if you're in another physical place, that the stone represents the stone of the energies that we all bring together. Yeah. So part of the sense of what we're about to do now is to do energy work, which is, done as a group. And this is because, even if you've done energy work of other kinds, there's things that can happen when we work as a community, when we work as a group. There are things that can happen with the energy that are different from what happens when we work individually. And I think the core truth is that we all really yearn to be blended with community, that we all blend to be able to reach beyond ourselves and work as blended energy, to work in a way that, uses all of our resources combined. So if you would now close your eyes and relax your bodies. And visualize yourself as pure energy. Know yourself as pure energy. And to know the earth then is pure energy. Visualize that the earth is pure energy. Pure, rich, multi-dimensional energy. And our goal here is, through combining our energies together, to create an opening to the new earth, to create an opening to the new earth here and now, to create it in our circle. And in this way, we assist the evolution of the earth to that advanced state that we call the new earth, and to help humanity in its evolution to be in alignment with the new earth. We do this by combining our energies and working together. The ceremony we're about to perform makes use of our heart energies and the energies of our center of awareness. So when I say heart energies, I'm referring to the energy that you feel in your heart area, the bright energy that's there. And when I refer to the center of awareness, I'm referring to the energy that's in the space of your head around the pineal gland, which many describe as, the focal point of our awareness and our capacity for vision. That these two centers that we're going to use will be shared with others. We'll ask to share our heart energies, and then we'll ask to share our energies of awareness. And when we do that, we become like the spokes of a wheel. All of those energies will be shared in the center of the circle, focused in the center of the circle. And when eventually we bring our heart energies in touch with our energies of awareness, we move from beings who are separated in our heart and our awareness into beings who merge these together in oneness. We open the door to oneness. When we step out of the duality of heart and mind, we step into the oneness of the singularity of energy. And when we do that, we open a doorway to the future. We open a doorway to the new earth, the energy of oneness in the new earth. This gives us an energy then that we can grow and expand and share with the earth. Okay. So if you would stay relaxed, and now focus your attention on the space within your heart center. To look within your heart center, to find there the flame that you hold in your heart, to witness that flame, to feel that flame. We focus on that flame as if nothing else exists. We give all of our attention to that flame in our heart. And as you breathe in and out, you can draw energy into that flame to help expand it, to breathe in and draw energy into your heart, and to breathe out. And breathing out is like blowing on the embers of a flame. It increases the flame. So use your breath to build that flame, to expand that flame. breathing in and out, into our heart centers and out. To create the brightest and most intense flame that we can in our hearts. Our hearts hold our beingness, the joy of being a spirit living on the earth, to be embodied, to bring this into our hearts, the joy of the love that we have for the earth, the joy and the love we have in our lives. We breathe in, increase that flame, and breathe out. Watch the embers glow and expand. And if you would now, with all of your focus on your heart center, visualize now that the energy from your heart center begins to create a beam of light moving to the center of our circle. There's a beam of light coming from your heart. It comes to the center of our circle to meet the beams of light from every other participant here, everyone here. Feel your beam of light come to theirs, because the light of the heart wants to share. The light of the heart wants to be joined with others. The light of the heart wants to be joined in community. So give of your heart energy through that beam of light to the heart energy in the center of the circle. It's like a ball of light itself, a ball of heart energy light in the center of the circle. And draw in some of that energy from everyone, the energy that's being shared, draw it into yourself, and then give energy back. Breathe in that energy, and then breathe out. Take it in and send it out. And feel what it's like to be able to share that heart energy with everyone here. It's our heart energy and their heart energy blended together. Feel it coming into your heart and going back out. Back and forth. And if at any point you feel like you lose that connection, just go back to your heart center and make the connection again. To hold that center of the circle where our hearts are all joined together. Giving love, receiving love. Giving light, receiving light. And ask that flow of giving and receiving is placed on automatic. We will hold it on automatic when we're all sitting in the circle, sharing that heart energy in the center. And while that's on automatic, shift your attention now to the space inside your head that is the center of awareness, located around the pineal gland. Bring all of your attention there, because wherever you put your attention, their energy flows. And by the act of giving attention to that center inside of our head, we draw the energy, the power of awareness to that place, and shift all of your attention to that place inside your head. Maybe you see it as a ball of light. It's a ball of light inside your head. And the more you focus on it, the closer you come to it, the stronger and more powerful it is. We give all of our power of attention to that ball of light in the center of our heads, and let it grow in strength. The more we focus, the stronger it becomes. Stronger and stronger. And if there's any other kinds of thoughts coming to you, tell them to go away. Dismiss them and bring all of your attention back to that center, that ball of light in the center of your head. And let that light just overflow. It's the power of your focus of awareness that it becomes brighter and brighter. And now visualize that there's such power in that ball of light that a beam of light moves out into the center of the circle. It creates a ball of light where all of these beams gather in the center. It's higher up than the balls from our heart. So we have two balls of light, a ball of heart light and a ball of light from our centers of awareness. And focus on that ball of light for the center of awareness. In the center of this circle, we have created a ball of awareness, just like in our minds. And we've created a ball of heart energy below that, just like in our hearts. These two core important energies in the center of the circle. So critical, so much a part of being a human being, so much a part of our experience of being a human being. And if you focus on that ball of awareness, feel what it's like to sense the awareness of everyone in the circle coming together to feel what it's like to share awareness. And now we're going to ask that these two balls of energy in the center of the circle come together to make one. And as they come together, as they blend together, our heart energy and our energy awareness They create an energy of oneness. An energy of oneness. And let that energy of oneness grow and expand in the center of the circle. Let it move out to fill you. The energy of oneness. An opening is created into the new earth. An opening is created to what living in oneness can be. The feeling of what it's like to be a human being living in oneness. Help those two balls of energy to come together to work and to share their blended energy with you. That these two balls blend together and feed you, nourish you, bring energy into your energy bodies, bring energy into your physical bodies. Open yourself up. Open yourself up for a vision of the new earth, to see the new earth, to feel what it would be like to be walking on the new earth. Visualize yourself walking in the beauty, walking in the peace, walking in the oneness of the new earth, where you are welcomed, where you can enter now. Now you can enter and learn what this feels like, what it is to be in that place. Call upon the earth to let you see your future, to let you see humanity's future, to hold that vision of what humanity could be like if living in the consciousness of oneness. Draw that energy of oneness to yourself. Bring it into your body. Bring it into your light body. Let your light body know what that feeling is like, what it's like. The awareness and heart are one, that we live in one. There are no dualities, there are no separations. We live as one. We see as one. We walk the earth as one. And imagine, if you will now, while you're holding that energy, that you can visualize a place on the earth that's beneficial to you. Some place on the earth that you know, where you feel in beneficial relationship to the earth, a place that's good to you, a place where you belong, a place where you feel at home on the earth. And visualize now that you go to that place, that you go to that place that is your most special place on the earth. And you're standing there, and visualize now that you hold that energy of oneness in yourself. You hold that energy of oneness, and you give it to this place on the earth, that you share it, you radiate it, that the energy of oneness in our circle radiates out, that you can give it and share it with whatever it is that's that most beneficial place on the earth for you, the place where you feel the deepest connection. And you're anchoring this energy into the earth. You're allowing the earth to absorb it, absorb that energy of oneness. And we are part now of that consciousness of the earth that's evolving and moving to the new era. We are part of those guardians and keepers of the earth who can bring this energy with us, to give to the earth in the places where it's most beneficial. So if you would say goodbye now to that place that you've come to, knowing that you can always come back here. You can always come back to this place and connect with the earth in this very beneficial relationship. Imagine now that you leave that place and travel back to your bodies. Travel back to where you are. Travel back to our circle. And as you hold this energy in circle, now also imagine that we can let this energy sink into the earth, that the energy of the earth takes this energy, absorbs it, and this energy that we've created becomes part of the earth. We give to the earth what we have created in alignment with our vision of the new earth. We give this to the earth. And now we can each, in gratitude, express our thanks to the earth, to feel our gratitude to the earth, the beauty of being in right relationship with the earth, the gratitude of knowing that the earth is providing for us, and now we can help provide for the earth. We work together. We work in harmony. We work in alignment with each other to foster the evolution of the earth and all humanity to its next stage of evolution. And so it's in gratitude to the earth and gratitude to all who have helped us, all who have helped to make this event possible. In gratitude to all, we give thanks. So when you're ready, feel that you can move your bodies. And when you're ready to open your eyes. Yeah.